It's Thursday, the 24th of June. Our top story is that the travel industry is urging the government to add more countries to the list of destinations which don't require people to quarantine when they return.
The green list for England is set to be updated today. There's been some speculation that Malta could be added, along with the Spanish islands, Ibiza, Mallorca and Menorca. Here's our transport correspondent, Caroline Davis. Around 2 million people may have had long-lasting symptoms after contracting coronavirus, a condition known as long COVID.
This is according to a survey of 500,000 adults in England, which found a third of people still had at least one symptom up to 12 weeks after having the virus. It comes as the UK recorded the highest number of daily cases since February. Matt Graveling has more.
The American pop star Britney Spears has urged a judge in California to remove her father's control over her personal and financial affairs.
Jamie Spears was granted what's called a conservatorship over his daughter in 2008. This after she was hospitalised following concerns about her mental health.
Well, let's get the latest now from our correspondent.
Buckingham Palace has admitted it has to do better in terms of recruiting staff from ethnic minorities. The lack of diversity was revealed in the latest annual report into the public funding of the monarchy.
A sovereign grant has also highlighted a reduction in income for visits to royal palaces and some sharp cuts in expenditure. Here's our royal correspondent, Nick Witchell. Now, as Nicholas Witchell mentioned in his report there, the Queen met with Boris Johnson yesterday for the first time in more than a year. The cameras were there. Let's have a listen to what was said. It's just one of those moments, isn't it? Because, as everyone's aware, the actual, the body of what they talk about is completely private. Nothing has ever leaked ever from those things. But it's just that they sometimes do that little arrival where the cameras are there and everyone knows they're listening in. Just catch those moments.
Because prime ministers have said, haven't they, that that is the only regular meeting they know will never be leaked. And so they can say anything, and they almost feel it's like the place where they can actually be completely open and get counsel from the Queen. It's 11 minutes past 6. The Yorkshire Wolds and Cheshire Sandstone Ridge could be designated as new areas of outstanding natural beauty.
This means they would be given extra legal protection and subject to tighter planning laws. Environment and Rural Affairs correspondent Claire Marshall has this report. Why not get outdoors to enjoy some of those wonderful places, Carol? Why not? Look at that lovely place. You could run down there. Look at that pathway there. Where would that take you?
Charlie, I've not got... At least it's getting warmer, yes. And we'll see you with a more in-depth forecast in around half an hour. Lovely.
Thanks, Carol. Time now is 6:15. Holidaymakers will find out later today which countries, if any, are to be added to the government's so-called green list of quarantine-free destinations.
Now, Ben is at Manchester Airport for us, looking ahead to which countries could be an option for travel this summer. And it's grey and it's a little bit mizzly there, so many people may be thinking, OK, when can I get some guaranteed sun?
We'll follow that closely throughout the day today, and we'll see you later on. It is misty there, isn't it? Just looking across the distance behind you. Thank you very much, Ben.
But as Carol says, it is going to improve. So that's good. 20 minutes past 6. Let's take a look at the papers, shall we? Now, The Guardian leads with the trial of police officer...
Slightly alarmingly, we had a conversation in the studio just a moment ago, and I predicted that the England-Germany game was also going to be a penalty shootout. So it's me and the seagull. Slightly alarmingly, we had a conversation in the studio just a moment ago, and I predicted that the England-Germany game was also going to be a penalty shootout. So it's me and the seagull.
Who else would you trust?
6:22 is time now. Have you got anything from the inside pages?
I have. Most people would like to think they get on well with their neighbours, yeah? And you make an effort to get on well with your neighbours, don't you?
Yeah.
So these neighbours, I'm going to show you a picture in a minute, but these neighbours, the children used to play together. They always got on. One neighbour used to take the bins out for the other neighbour.
Harmonious.
It was really lovely.
Yep.
And then the birds came into play, right? So there was a tree at the end of the driveway that straddled kind of across these two houses' properties. And in the tree, the birds used to gather. And one house kind of was aware that the birds were loud, and the other household were annoyed that the birds were so loud. So they'd gone to certain measures to the point where they had put bin bags in the tree floating in the tree to discourage the birds from being there. And that hadn't worked, right? And these guys have been neighbours for 25 years. In the end, the neighbour said, I've had enough. And part of your tree is overhangs on my property. So I have the right to do whatever with those overhanging branches. I don't know how closely we can get to this picture. This is what happened.